are live.
Hello and welcome. We are the Untold Stories Project, and we'd like to thank you for joining us for tonight's episode of Echoes at the Threshold, our limited series stream using the Cthulu Awakens RPG which is powered by the Adventure Game Engine, aka the Age system. The Age system uses 3d6. You add your ability to your roll, and then you compare it against the target number. And if you meet or beat the target number, you succeed. And One of the cool things about the system is it does use stunt points, which are triggered when you roll doubles on any of the dice. So we'll go a little bit more into stunt points as they come up in the game. I do have yeah, I do have a couple quick shout outs tonight. First off, shout out to Roll20, which is what we're using to play tonight's game. Since I am on the other side of the country from most of the players, so this allows us to play online and still hang out and have all the cool bells and whistles like sheets and rolls and tables and stuff and maps. And then also a shout out to Norse Foundry for supporting us and giving our fans 10% off of the save. You can save their store by using the code USP Norse. And Lastly, and definitely not least, I'd like a shout out to our friends at Greenland Publishing who make this amazing game. On a related note, they also make another amazing game from using the Age system, which is The Expanse, which is currently in its last 24 hours of funding on BackerKit. So if you're interested in science fiction and The Expanse and you like the Age system, by all means, you might want to check that out. Today's the last day, and there's some really awesome Norse Foundry dice, surprisingly, as part of that crowdfunding. So I will also note that while I strive to keep this game PG, it is a Cthulhu Awakens is a horror game, so viewer discretion is advised. For my players, if the game, if we do go in a direction that they're not comfortable with, we do use the built-in safety deck tool from Roll20, so they can trigger that at any point and stop the scene and no questions asked. But with the housekeeping out of the way, let's head and jump into introductions. I am Jonesy, and I'll be a game master. Um, and then I've got these amazing players joining me tonight. So I'm going to go around the table and let them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about the character they're playing. And between last episode and this episode, the characters did level up. So tonight's, along with telling the players who you're playing, who your character is and what they do, I'll go ahead and mention what you picked for your level ups. And with that, I will go ahead and kick it over to Calvin first.
All right. Well, hey everybody. I'm Calvin, and tonight I am playing Tara Poole, the investigative journalist student who has strange dreams that she does not yet fully understand. Which is a situation that may get worse or better in today's episode. As for what I picked for leveling up, mostly focusing on investigative stuff. I bumped up her intelligence. I took investigator as a specialization. Added a bond with Tobias because I feel like they've been getting a bit closer as the game has been going on. Um,
Ew.
I mean, well, not what I meant, but he is a bad boy, so who knows?
We text each other.
It is mostly secretly texting each other during class. And I took the talent Dreamer, which is something that is very related to what this character does, and I'm sure there's a specific reason I didn't take it before. I don't remember what, but I'm taking it now. And I guess I'll pass it to Brian.
Oh, hey everybody. My name's Brian. I've done things on the channel before. I'm playing Tobias Crane, who's turning into a little bit of a, like Calvin said, bad boy, ends justifying as a means kind of person. He is getting along with Tara, which is nice when he goes to remember to fill out his bond later. But I decided he was originally going to be like a super serious investigator, but now he's turning into a little bit more of a charlatan since he has people around to do the things he knows he can't. So he's going to do his best to try to help in any handed or underhanded way he can. For my thing, I went ahead and took, oh no, where'd it go? Oh, what was it? I took misdirection since I already have deception communication as a focus. So I'm ready to bamboozle people and just stir the pot to stay alive. I'll go ahead and pass it off to Wiki.
Hi, Wiki. I play Darlington D. Morris the Sixth. He is a legacy admission, a member of the varsity soccer team, an expert at nose breaking, and I for the level up, I upped his perception. I gave him courage instead of empathy because some people on this stream are buttholes.
Courage is still useful.
I'm just saying what was on brand and what wasn't on brand. That's just,
Gave him the improvision talent and a bond with the group. So that's what D's up to right now.
So cool. So tonight's tale does take place at Armitage Preparatory Academy in the city of Kingsport, in the Mistron city. It is the fall of 2024 in game. The players have been at the campus for almost a month now, a little over a month, as autumn is definitely setting in. During the last couple of episodes, one of the students at the school went missing. The players began to investigate what was going on, and then covered all sorts of odd experiences as they dug around. It seems that the school has a slightly tarnished history or shady history, depending on who you ask. Hunting through the libraries and the like, they did eventually come across clues which led them to an old workroom slash storeroom that is in one of the older buildings that's now used for admin and used for storage, which has a small workshop full of all sorts of occult strangeness and oddities from previous students who've taken up the Eldritch at the school. And last we saw them, they had uncovered some journals and some books, and they were going to see about trying to jump into the collective dream to see if they can suss out some more details about what's going on in this strange school that may or may not be nestled near the edges of the Dreamlands in Mistron Kingsport. Was there anything the players want to add about that to that recap?
Well, we got into a fight. We got ambushed right at the end.
D doesn't remember any of this.
D is currently driving on a bus driving back to school from Arkham. You had been up in Arkham for the last couple of days as part of a soccer tournament series that was being held out with Arkham, Kingsport, Ipswich, and a few other schools in the area.
Cool. So important stuff going on.
Yeah, we got changed around by a goon in a trucker hat. We figured out that my mom was involved with a long group of people for the gate watch for at least 4 cycles. It was like the 20s, the 40s, and the 60s, and now us. And
did you say a long group of people?
Yeah.
Like long, like long.
Like a log, like a human centipede, like an extensive distance.
Okay, cool. Just continue.
So we've found out that we're picking up where the Gatewatch left off back in the 60s, and we've gone back to the hideout to enter the Dream Realm. And Calvin's going to be our tour guide because we've never been there before.
Yeah, the Dreamlands came up in our research, and it seems like this particular town has a thinner border to it, or is relatively closer to it.
On a metaphysical level, that's the notes that you found indicate that there's some, for some reason Kingsport it's easier to get to the Dreamlands from Kingsport.
See, this is why D doesn't like to leave you guys to your own devices.
Don't worry, we're coming to you here in a second.
So yeah, well, the last episode ended up with you making a break from it, running from some sort of creature, wearing flannel and a trucker hat, and making it back into the building and locking the exits and the fire entrance behind you, and making your way in. Based on the research you've done so far, Tara, you do know that this eldritch working that you'd like to try to unlock will require time and specific trappings, items.
And would Tara know, sorry? Would Tara know what those items are?
Yes, yeah. As you studied through the notes that you found, you uncovered that. Let me get to my notes quick. Having a slight panic when I couldn't find the note. So, but yeah. So the ritual, the eldritch working that you found a reference to was actually written by a former professor at the school. You found it in part of his notes. He referred to it as dream walking or breaching the threshold. It requires the items that he cited that required was that he would need a guide, someone to sit there and perform it that wasn't participating in it. Very much it's a form of like almost like group hypnosis. So someone to walk you through and go, okay, please take a deep breath and the sound of my voice and count back to 10, and doing all like the guiding part of it. It requires a light source, like a directed light source, like a little mini pin light flashlight or a hooded lantern candle, something that could direct light, because the light would be directed at a metron, like the little music counter.
Okay.
Having scoured the workroom / hangout lair of the former Gatewatch, amongst the stuff that you found there, you found an old metronome. You found the old metronome. You found a antique candle holder that actually has a metal wire hood on the back of it to make it directed light as opposed to broadcast light. And you found 2 big reels of tape, like thin, almost like, trying to describe this in terms that your character would recognize. Basically 2 big round, almost a foot wide reels of tape, spools of tape, like a
Okay,
dark brown.
I heard teeth, and I was like, why
sorry.
are you still in this room?
Tape.
The dental office.
It is basically, it's a reel-to-reel tape. You find an old reel-to-reel player, and it's designed to spools that you plug onto it and it plays. Precursor to tape to 8-tracks and cassette tapes.
Oh, it's not an adhesive; it's information.
Yeah, it's like the brown, spools.
Tape reel.
Tape reel.
Okay.
See, this is where I really, if I if I thought about it, I should really have put a picture of it in the Roll20, but yeah, as I
They're
date
not
myself.
so young that they don't know what the hell a tape reel is.
Yeah, it's right here on the counter next to the Rolodex.
The characters, on the other hand. So the guide is directing the ritual, but they're not going to join on the journey itself.
So that's the options. You can either someone can do it, one of you can stay back and do it, and act as the guide, or on the tape reels, there's someone's recorded has a recording of that.
Oh, gotcha.
So as you put the reels
Yes.
and listen to it, there's actually a please relax. Picture a white room. It kind of does the whole, walk you through it kind of stuff.
Okay, well, there's no way Tara isn't going.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like leaving the guidance to a disembodied voice is definitely the smart way to go.
I mean,
Yeah, worst case scenario, Nick can wake us up if something happens.
yeah, if Nick wants to volunteer to stay behind.
Yeah, I volunteered Nick to stay behind. You can watch the door of the room, make sure something happens to us.
And Tara will suggest that because there is certainly a lot more physical danger at this point, we should definitely call D.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
D
The
is
only person who's competent in a fight.
D is on a bus right now.
Dang it.
Remember, that's what we're doing. We're calling him direct. This is a collect call.
He's not asleep because we definitely won that tournament.
Hell yeah.
We're celebrating on the bus.
We'll get to you. Okay. Well, I'm ready to go if you are, Tara.
I mean, I'm ready to do this. I just feel just the two of us then.
Yep. Nick, you got this, right? That's a good thumbs up right there. Here,
Okay.
can I hold your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little scared, honestly.
Well, me too, but we can be scared together, I guess.
Okay.
So the way Eldritch Workings work in Cthulhu Awakens is that they're considered what's called the challenge test, which basically means it's a little bit more robust than just a simple test that we've been doing so far, where you roll 3 A's and add the stunt die. So in this case, you need to have a threshold of successes, a number of successes. The problem is if you do happen to fail one of your rolls, then things could go bad. And the more that you fail, depending on the nature of the working you're doing, if you fail enough times without succeeding in finishing the ritual can go haywire, or some other calamities might befall the group. So there's risk to doing this. So
Not if we do it right.
so for this test, the skills that we're going to be using to do the tests to trigger it is going to be intelligence, occultism. You can also use willpower, self-discipline.
I do have Dreamlands under my occultism, so
As an expertise. So yes, because you have the expertise talent, you can add the additional +1 that does definitely apply to traveling to the Dreamlands. So
okay. Definitely need that.
I've got willpower.
with that, I'm actually going to move you to my fancy new screen.
Spooky.
Then I will bring us to the Roll20 window. Swoosh.
So how do we get this started? We just go for it now?
So if you would like to make the first roll, Tara.
Okay. Shoot, there it is. So that would be a +1 to this because it would be using my expertise.
Mhm.
For a total of 16, but with no, 17 rather, but with no stun points.
So since this is a challenge test, you need to beat the threshold, the target number. So you did. But since you have to accumulate multiple successes to do this, the way we do that is by using how many, even if you don't trigger a stunt, how many you got on the stunt die count. Since in this case, you rolled a 5 on your stunt die, so it's 5 points to the total threshold that you need to succeed on this. So, which is a really good start, actually. So, with that, you delegated the anchor person as Nicholas, and so Nicholas is take a deep breath, repeat after me, kind of doing a mantra and stuff as you guys slowly start. Your eyes are getting heavy, and as you're doing it, you see the lights are out in the room. You just hear this quiet tick, 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 tick of the metronome as the light flashes and off the silver medallion on it as it ticks back and forth between the light. So cool. So that's one set of rolls. And Tobias, how are you assisting?
I do have self-discipline. I have 2 of it.
Sweet.
I'm gonna close my eyes really hard and just think, go to sleep. Cool. I go to sleep.
Dang.
Just gonna focus your mind and kind of just relax and let the stress of the creature that you ran into like 10 minutes ago kind of go away and like so go ahead and make me a roll.
Oh, it's in there.
Sweet. So what did you get?
I got a 23 with 6 stun points.
So not only do you you add 6, not only do you add 6 to the threshold, which is amazing, you can actually literally you do also can spend those skill points too.
Sure. I'm all in. I'll spend 6. I forgot how the stunts work. Oh.
There is actually an Eldritch stunt table.
Yes. Love hearing these things.
So
Wait. Eldritch stunts. Blah 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 blah.
So yeah, there's a couple of not a whole lot. There's Surge of Will, which is a 5-point stunt. Unnatural animated. It's 4 points.
I'll spend it on the most expensive one. I will search for myself. Search of Will.
So Surge of Will let you add additional plus 2 more additional points towards the threshold.
Oh, there we go. I found the table.
Cool.
I'll just take the +2, yeah.
And so, and if you want, you can also, because you got 6, and that's a 5-point stunt, so you still have 1 more point. You can take Daft Working, which basically give you a +1 to your next roll on this test.
Yeah, that sounds good. So take the +1 for next time and the +2 for now.
Awesome. So you're focusing, you're breathing. I'm actually gonna have the guide roll as well.
I like to imagine that me and Tara's hands stop holding and they're just doing symbols together. Let us
It's a
in.
weird thing to call drugs, man.
We're just falling asleep.
Yeah, we're falling asleep. The
Uh-huh.
right hand knows not what the left hand does.
I'm going for Nicholas since he's not here today. He's helping you guys through this. So with that, he unfortunately did not roll that great. But is what it is. So meanwhile, on the bus, you're hanging out with your friends on the bus. It's been a long couple of days. It was a several school tournament with some other schools from across the region. It was a regional tournament. So it's been a long couple of days. The caffeine and adrenaline have finally like really like kicking out. So you're relaxing on the bus, chatting with your friends, trying to keep it up. But it's dark, it's late, and your friends are slowly crashing after several days of well staying up too late, not getting enough sleep, hanging out in the hotel room, causing problems, and generally general shenanigans. And you find yourself getting a little heavy in the eyelids. So with that, because this working is a rather fast working, you basically it's going to be in 10 rounds. So if you would like to go and do another test, Calvin, you're welcome to. As it
Can I use
slowly-
the same?
Yes, you can use the same one
Okay.
because you did not fail a test on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that is an 18 total with 4 on the stunt die.
Sweet. So as the lights, this throbbing. Boom, 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 boom. And the edges of the room are getting a little fuzzy on you. Tobias, you would like to go ahead and make your test?
Yep. 16. With 1 stunt point.
Cool. Awesome.
See, I don't. Oh no, I got 1 on the stunt die. Oh no, wait, I get to add 1 to the results. So it's 17.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely succeeded on the test, and you're able to add to the threshold. Unfortunately, it is a bit to do because it is rituals in Lovecraft Cthulhu stories are rather complicated and not not easy to do right away. So, cool.
2 first timers. Come on, Tara, get us over the finish line.
So, Nicholas is actually adding to this a little bit too as the guide. So I'm rolls for him. So, cool. So, what would you like to try again, Tara? To keep going?
Okay, I'll keep pushing my luck.
We haven't been attacked by a demon yet. See, and we won't ever be.
Have I been going up by 1 each roll?
Yes. Ref.
Wild.
Ref.
Well, that's a 19 with another 4 on the stunt die.
Cool.
Don't worry, once I get there, everything will fall apart. It'll be fine.
Awesome. So as you're going again, it seems like the even the light from the little directed candle seems to be getting dimmer. But the little spotlight on the silver where it's the medallions going back and forth on the metronome, and it seems to be getting brighter. It's just taking more and more of the room is becoming harder and harder to see. As all you can really focus on is that little burst of silverish white light as it. Cool. And Tobias.
We're gonna get it. This is gonna be the one. Why does my thing keep disappearing? Okay, it's because guess it's a pop out. Bam. Ooh, now I got 3 stun points. And I got a 3 on the dice. Let's see.
So you got 3 more stunts points.
Yeah, but one is combat related and the other one is Swift Works. I don't know how close we are, but I will use it on Swift Works to speed this up.
Cool.
So I'll add D3 and it's back to you, Tara.
Let's go for it. Oh no, I went down. But with my Dreamlands, that is 17 total. And again, I have gotten 4 on the stun die.
So cool. So with that, the last is, like I said, you can focus and focus and all you see is the light. And eventually, you see the flat, like a little strobe of light, and it kind of, as it fades out, and you were standing. You're sitting there kind of relaxed, and the metronome stops dead center. And so all you see is the little glint off the metal. And you look around, and everything on the edge of your peripheral vision seems to be fuzzy and hard to focus. But as you look over to it, everything kind of comes in focus, almost like you have slightly tunnel vision. But as you look around, you are seeing the same room, same layout and stuff, but it looks piles of stuff are in different spots. The tarps that are draped over everything are gone, or they're in different places, like folded up, sitting in the corner. Things don't seem as run down, but things don't seem to be quite as in focus. Everything kind of has this weird, unearthly sheen to it, and it's just the two of you. You don't see Nicholas anymore.
Cool, we made it.
Tara's first instinct is to call out Nick's name before she starts to look around more, and I guess realize things are quite different than the room they were in a moment ago.
If you call his name, yeah, the echo and the sound seems to be muffled slightly. You can still hear each other as you talk, but it just like seems like that you're expecting more of a sharper echo or a reverb, but it's a basically cinder block stone, room that you're in that's used as part of the old storage building, and you don't. It seems to be damp and slightly, just enough.
Voice
As
is
you-
damp. I don't like it.
A heavy wet
It's-
cough.
It's slick with syrup. Sorry. With that, as you're looking around, you see what appears, like I said, you see, like looking at the desk, you see the table, you see the metronome that you're just using, you see the light and all that stuff set up. Over on the side of the desk, you see the old 60s reel-to-reel setup. And next to it, you see what appears to be a large antique black leather book that's at least 6x9. There's a big hefty tome
Jeez.
that you've not spotted in this room before.
Okay.
And as you get close to it, you can see there's some lettering on it. None of it's so you can see like a kind of a raised pattern on it. There's no visible indication that there's a name on it or anything, but other than as you look at it, you can see there's some strange symbols kind of like embossed into the cover.
Anything familiar about these symbols, like compared to the symbols we've seen before, or the
Yes.
Oh.
It's like the runes on the grounds.
Yes, well, very similar. Several of the strange sigils that you saw um, in chalk over by the operating amphitheater area.
Terra isn't that cheeky. They lock the book in a room with a lock that was locked behind a puzzle that was locked behind another dimension. So we obviously should just take it.
But if we, I don't know if we can bring it with us. Maybe we
mean,
can
it
read it here.
had to get here somewhere. I'm gonna pick it up.
So you go to grab it and pick it up, and as you do, as you touch it, the strange symbols begin to glow with a faint greenish, pale green light, and swirling mist, kind of greenish mist, kind of comes up from it, and slowly takes the form of what it looks like a teenage boy. He becomes this ghostly kind of wispy appearance of what looks like, well, teenage boy.
Oh,
Hello?
Oh, visitors. And his voice is kind of has this strange reverb to it, and it seems slightly muffled. And he becomes misty form becomes a little bit more on focus. And he looks like kind of this bad 1970s hologram special effects Lucas Arts, but in green image of a kid dressed in this like wearing polyester shirt with the oversized lapels, bell bottoms, very 60s vibe going on.
are you,
And meanwhile, the wheels of the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round, and you, as the rhythm of the road and the rhythm starts settling down, people start following, like getting amongst each other, start talking, being quiet. A couple of kids are snuck to the back of the bus for back
Back of the bus thing.
stuff. And but there's just the monotonous of the road and stuff. You slowly drift off to sleep, D, and you find yourself standing in a hallway. You see the cinder block walls of the school. You see several of the metal fire doors with the slight little, one by one glass panel insets that have that straight, like the little rebarb through it. It's frosted. And just a couple of security lights on. Every fifth light is actually lit, so you can actually have some light in case you need to go down there, but most of the light in the room is off. And the hallway is off. And from down the hall, you hear some muffled voices.
Don't remember getting here, but cool. I'll just walk down the hallway. That seems reasonable.
And as you start walking in the hallway, the voices become a little clearer to you, and you definitely recognize the sound of Tara's voice.
I'm gonna stay quiet for now and keep walking in that direction.
Yeah, you can hear Tara talking, and as you get close to the door, you get to the door. You're on the other side of it; it's shut. Then you hear it sounds like Tobias talking about some. Hey, check this book out.
I don't know. What kind of door is it? Is it one of those heavy metal doors?
Yep, heavy metal fire doors.
Just gonna reach up and bang my fist against it 3 times and then stop.
And inside the room, the two of you hear boom, boom, boom.
I don't know.
Did you do that?
Yeah, did you do that, book?
Didn't do that. Sounds like maybe we. Is
Okay.
it just the two of you? You guys have a group? No, they have groups.
Our 3 is cross country right now. How heavy is this book?
It's pretty
The
heavy.
bang 3 more times.
Okay.
Do I hear them talking to someone else?
And you hear a third voice that sounds a little stoned. And
That's definitely Nick.
Oh no.
and yeah. Ruby.
Nick Groovy.
Yeah. And with that, yeah.
I'm gonna pick up book. And then I'm just gonna crack the door open and like hide on the blind spot, ready to whack whatever comes through.
Tara's just hiding behind Tobias.
When the door cracks open, kind of swings open a little bit. You see this room has got a couple of lights on it, but not much. Seems to be very dark. And there seems to be a faint greenish glow kind of inside the room. And you hear, who goes there?
Book, that wasn't you again, book, right? You've got me paranoid. Okay.
I'm just gonna stay in the shadows of the hallway and go.
It's another monster.
I doubt it. They're usually far more aggressive than that.
Oh, that's great to hear, honestly. More aggressive than a monster. Well, Tara, we came out here to explore. We might as well start exploring.
What about she looks back at this mysterious ghost teen?
I don't know. I assume he has like a tether or something to this thing.
Yeah.
He only talks when we touch the book, so.
Yeah, I'm here to help Gatewatch, sort of.
Were you the part of the old Game Watch? Please tell me you're recording and not a soul stuck to a book.
More of an echo?
Oh, okay.
Can you help us with whatever's in the hallway?
Well, I can tell you it's not one of hers.
The Brood Mother?
That's the name that thing said.
I see you found the locals.
Oh.
Are you still standing next to the door?
I am standing next to the door talking to the stoner book.
And you can hear you can hear them talking. Are you gonna try to reposition yourself? Get a better look in the room. You can try to reposition yourself and get a better look in the room without actually going in the room.
Open the door.
They did crack it open. They did pop it open.
Yeah, it's cracked.
Yeah, I know. The crack is too small.
Well, I think monsters are more mature than that. Oh, I was throwing this door open.
I was standing there like, you guys are morons.
Well, whatever. Get in here. Took you long enough.
D.
You want to shoot?
How?
And as you look in, you see what appears to be an apparition of a teen from the 1960s. Howdy.
Hell am I?
And you immediately recognize the room. You immediately recognize. Well, yes, you immediately recognize the room. The desks and stuff are still the same. Like the big, the old teacher's desk, the big, classroom desk is there. The shelves are still there and things like that. Some of the stuff on the shelves and things are different, but the actual.
Is this the room where where I saw the fourth person and they all thought I was crazy? And
No, this is the old workshop room that all the occult accoutrement had been hidden.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, that's right. Uh,
I'm on a bus.
yeah. So no. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. This doesn't look familiar to you at all. No. Rewind. So yes, it looks like a 20 by 20 room. It looks like it's a storeroom. You see like on one end of the room, there's one of those metal chain link cage things where that like you store like people would store like storage. It's questionable, like if it was like lawn and garden stuff, that's where they store like the blades and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
and other end of the section of the room has what appears to be a big like old desk, a formal desk with and stuff piled on it. There's a couple bookshelves with all sorts of strange masks and books and just odd like jars of stuff. You see what appears to be a couple skulls. Some of them may not be human, and just a couch and like an old couch and some old like a 1960s style mini fridge and like an old time like an old 60s fan and stuff like that. It looks like somebody took this old storeroom and was also using it as kind of like a workspace, workshop, hangout zone. And on the wall, there's a rather large corkboard with a bunch of pictures and stuff and notes and stuff pinned to it. And you're having the same effect as you look at something, you can see it, but as it gets into your peripheral, it quickly becomes as blurry as it goes to the sides. Like you're having like almost tunnel vision or fish lens kind of effect.
Where's Nick? Where am I? What the hell is going on?
You are now part of the Gatewatch Club. Congratulations.
Calvin, I think you're on mute. And
Oh, dang it. Well, Nick is back in the storage room. We're in the Dreamlands, and I don't know how you got here, but I'm happy to see you. We really need your help. We're doing some investigating. Okay, hang on. So there was a storage room, and she will start going into the details, specifically sort of coming across this room, the various items that they found in it, as well as mentions of this group called Gatewatch, which seem to have been made of other students from previous decades.
And as Kara's saying all this, the little ghost guy is kind of like nodding along, like, "Yep, yep."
And I guess Gatewatch also includes, sorry, ghost guy, I didn't get your name.
Oh, my name's Dominic.
Dominic.
So, yeah, Dominic is also a part of Gatewatch, they were looking into a, Lisette was the name of the person that they were looking into? Lisette or, like, oh no,
Yeah.
They had a list of names that they were looking into, as well as an image of a woman. I think the picture was from the 50s or so. That whole thing I'm still not entirely sure about.
Maybe I can help.
Oh, actually, yes. Dominic, you could actually probably fill in a few of the details here.
So, as you kind of guessed, I'm kind of stuck here, but I not really here, but I'm kind of sort of here. I'm memory and echo or Dominic, but I'm Dominic, but not. Anyway, it's kind of confusing, but um, there's a book around here somewhere that explains what I am, but yeah. Um, so the Gatewatch have been around for quite a while. The first Gatewatch, well, kind of came together after all the stuff went sideways in the 20s.
Uh,
Is that when the brood mother first appeared, or did she
Yeah,
wake up? Was she always here?
so um,
Are we talking 1920s or 1820s?
oh, 1920s.
Okay.
Um,
that was when Frederick O'Malley died, right?
yeah, it's mostly kind of his fault. Um, he was tampering with stuff he probably shouldn't have, and we think he woke up the brood mother, but when him and his cabal tried to stop her, they succeeded in stopping her, uh, and but when they did, they kind of anchored our skull even closer to Dreamlands than the rest of Kingsport. So we've had a small infestation problem since then.
Oh. So O'Malley opened up a hole and just we haven't been able to close it pretty much.
Sort of, yeah. So there's these creatures that kind of live here and kind of live in the waking lands. Um, some of the other kids referred to them as ghouls, but um, they're kind of like shriveled up and they kind of like kind of gnarly skin and stuff, and big sharp teeth and claws. And they're kind of like wrinkled up and kind of like batty kind of ears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep, that all sounds familiar.
yep, too familiar.
And it seems that they don't live in the waking world and the dreamlands. They live in both. So when they go to sleep, they automatically come here, or vice versa. It's my understanding. And the brood mother was one of their elders.
Oh,
And when
that's
he messed with her, he kind of linked the school even closer to the dreamlands, and so other things have kind of come through and haunted this place. It's kind of become uh, well, frankly, a pain in the butt for the students since then. I
oh,
think that's what drew Lisette. She's the big problem though.
isn't that great, Tara? We went from a wasp outside to being in a beehive.
Yeah, great.
I've only been gone for 3 days. What in the hell did you guys do?
Ooh, we did a lot, and now we are in a lot of danger.
We found a room and we got attacked by a monster.
And now we just learned the monster lives here, where we just went for fun.
What did I tell you when this whole thing started? What were my exact words?
Well,
I'm not gonna kick you with a soccer ball.
Leave it
No.
alone. And that we shouldn't get involved.
Yeah.
but
And What did you guys do?
We didn't leave it alone and we got involved.
Yeah, that girl
Okay.
went missing. We had to do something.
No, no, we definitely did not have to do anything. We're not equipped for whatever this is.
Oh, well, either way, I think Lisette's the side that you. I mean, if you mess with things, you probably have gotten Lisette's attention now, and so she's probably, yeah.
So there's no shaking it anyway.
Who the hell is Lisette? Why do you keep saying the term brood mother as if that makes sense?
Well, we saw it in some of the research and stuff that we found in that room, and that's what the ghoul mentioned when it attacked us. That she'll have her revenge.
Sure, sure. Can I go back to the bus now?
Was his name Travis? I forgot already.
The ghost team?
Well, yes.
It was Dominic.
Dominic.
Dominic,
I'm
it's not
way
even
off.
close to Travis.
I should have just said book.
I don't know how you got there.
Teen. We'll just call him Teen.
So, Dominic, what exactly is in this very heavy, very leathery, glow-in-the-dark book?
A bunch of the lore that the Gatewatch has uncovered over the years.
Oh, cool.
Can you not read?
No, I opened the book towards her.
And what were you saying about Lisette?
Lisette Bowen. Lisette Bowen. She was a she came to school in the 50s as a teacher. At least that's what she claimed. She posed as a teacher.
But what did she do?
Well, she was, well, a witch.
Like real magic witch. Oh god.
Yeah. Her look, and as you say that, the book kind of opens up and pages flutter and it goes to a page, which has a drawing of what appears to be a SW logo with a set of stars ringing it.
Oh.
Her great grandfather founded the Church of Story Wisdom. And she was obsessed with following in the footsteps of another notorious witch, Keziah Mason. She believed
What
that
did her grandfather found?
He was one of the founders of the Church of Story Wisdom. Which my memory says that says they're still around, but I don't know if I get the impression that based on how you're dressed, you're from later than I am.
Yeah, when are you from?
I attended in 1962.
Oh.
Dare I ask, did you make it out of the 60s?
No.
Does it look like he made it out of the 60s?
He said he was like an Echo. I thought he was like a Xerox.
He's not gonna know what a
What's a
Xerox,
Xerox?
is.
Oh, is that too? That's still too new.
Actually, he's probably closer to knowing what a Xerox is than we are
Tara
as
doesn't
far
know
as
that.
children.
Yeah. So she came here looking for an artifact that that Frederick O'Malley had, believing she could use it to get into the Dreamlands and find a way of contacting or resurrecting Keziah Mason. And now she does, as he says this, the book flips again to a page which looks has a drawing on it, which looks to be like a black iron lantern, one that one would be carried, has the metal ring at the top to hold and carry.
Oh, just like in Nick's dream? Is that the same lantern?
Is known as the Light of Taj. And it once belonged to a group a group that referred to themselves as pilgrims. They were obsessed with finding the lost fabled city of Kadath, which they believe lies in the Dreamlands, which is kind of where we're at, but not really. We're kind of in the foray, the entry hall, for lack of a better term, of the Dreamlands. We're kind of in the dream version of Armitage School. And from here, you can get into the actual far distant parts of the Dreamlands, including, finding roads and ways to get even deeper into the city, into the Dreamlands.
Tara, what were the locations with the circles on the ground? I know one of them was at the theater.
This is when I wish my notes were better. We did have
You're
one
on
at
mute again. There you
Am
go.
I? Okay. There was the theater. We had looked around the theater for the most part. I think that's where we found the symbols. And then we had gone to the library to research them, because we had been following Nicholas's steps.
So do you guys want to go to the theater and check the circles on the ground, see if they're different on this side?
I want to go back to the bus. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
I mean, you're in a whole different dimension and you want to go back to sleep on a bus?
Did you not just hear the ghost? Do you listen when other people talk?
It comes in parts.
Okay, this is kind of a lot, but aren't you a little bit curious about this? I mean,
No, not even a little bit. No.
Cool.
Dominic, how did you die?
I didn't. I'm not really a ghost.
Oh, thank God.
I'm an echo of Dominic. It hurts my head a lot when I think about it, though, so I just call myself Dominic.
What's Dominic's last name?
Don't give our only guide an existential crisis.
What is Dominic's last name? He's got a last name. I wrote it down. I made a point of writing it down.
is it Toretto?
No.
Hey, could
It
be.
is not.
We don't know that.
And he wouldn't even get that, which is sad. Sasbo.
Sure, yeah.
It's Polish.
Talking to a ghost hippie from the 60s. He's like, how many movies did they make?
Not enough.
Right. So look,
So
here's my thing. I did not agree to this little adventure. Um, and I don't want to go further into a place I know nothing about. Um, I mean, at all, really, but definitely not when I was just sort of yanked here from a whole nother county.
Well, I mean, think of it this way. If it happened to you once, it can happen to you again, and it might not be us that pulls you in the next time, so better to learn where you're going than to come in blind and not come back.
Okay,
That's how
so you
she-
see,
that's how she gets you.
Yeah.
here's my issue with that. Um, I am already in here blind, and none of you know where we're going. So,
You know what? I know where we're going. I'm gonna grab Tara's hand.
Um,
We're gonna go look at the circle at the theater. If we go missing, they're gonna blame you.
how are they going to blame me? I'm on a bus.
Cut to a note that I left on my door. The diary entry saying that Dean's been acting mighty suspicious after he beat me up the first time. I'm scared for my life.
What an incredible gambit that is.
Your note means nothing because I'm still on a bus.
Sure, tell that to the police.
Well, I mean, we
I
won't go
literally
missing
will.
because our physical bodies are still.
I don't know.
They're still
Yep.
in the waking worlds.
Yeah, but if we're split between the waking world and here, and two parts of a whole, I don't know. Something happens to us here, we might not be coming back there.
Well, let's try to stick to the school grounds for now.
Exactly, like the
And
theater.
just try to get a better sense of what we're dealing with here. Whatever it is, we're sort of involved. I mean, we can't be not involved now.
well, now that you've come here, especially now that you've come here, she'll be able to sense you.
Oh,
Well, what's left of her.
Oh, that's actually good.
I need better friends.
Well, then come earn them. Just join us at the theater. I'm gonna walk past her. I walk past him.
Go to the door is still open as far as I know. No one said they shut it, so
No. We've just been yelling out here. Okay. I guess we're on our way, at least the two of us, to the theater circle to investigate.
When I look around the room that they just exited,
Mhm.
Do I see anything that looks like it could be effective as a weapon?
you find a whole bunch of stuff that looks like it could be effective as a weapon.
Okay. I'm going to be
Go ahead and make
not dumb.
go ahead and make your perception check. Seeing
Okay,
focus if
cool.
you got it.
No,
Just to see, you know.
I just got perception. So
Okay.
I roll. Hey, a 14 with 6 stunt points.
Hey.
Okay, yeah. So amongst the stuff you see what looks like a baseball bat. It looks like you see a shotgun. It looks like you see a revolver. You can see what looks like a knife, like some sort of funky bronze or brass knife.
I'm going to check the weapons and make sure that they're not loaded, and then leave them behind.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the knife and the baseball bat.
Okay, yeah. The weapons are not loaded. If you search through if you do a quick search through the desk drawers, you can see what appears to be boxes of ammo. for the weapons, but they're not, the weapons themselves are not actively loaded. And you see amongst the shells and stuff as you're digging through, you see photos and pictures and stuff, and you see a picture of the four kids from the 60s, and one of them is definitely Dominic.
Cool. Cool. That's fine. I will actually take the ammo for the weapons.
Okay.
Just so it's not with the weapons. Because I just have this suspicion that somebody might come up behind us.
Cool.
Okay.
So, meanwhile,
and then I will do a light jog to catch up with the morons.
Squad. Tara and Tobias have left the building and are making their way across the grounds. There's a thick fog covering most of the ground, so basically from your knees down, they're kind of like swirling around your feet. And as you're making your way across, and you see the occasional light in one window here of a building there, one window of the light in the building there, across the campus. But generally, most of the lights are non-existent. There's a full bright moon though, so most of what you're seeing is by moonlight. And as you approach where the amphitheater is, you see a structure that seems to be floating about 40 feet up in the air above the amphitheater. And a set of steps, well, sort of steps leading up to it. It's a series of stone, like the tops of what would be a steps. There's nothing connecting them. There's no structure. There's no guardrails. There's nothing. These are just floating 2x4s basically of stone, making a staircase, a meandering staircase up to this floating building.
As we're approaching, Tara would mention, didn't Nicholas say something about seeing somebody climb up in his dream in the amphitheater? But climb up somewhere that didn't exist when he went to look for it?
So you're saying the person interacted with the dream world while they were in the material world and they were able to climb the steps while they were on the other side?
Maybe? Or it happened in Nicholas's dreams, so maybe Nicholas was seeing the dream version of the school, and then in the real version of the school, the stairs weren't there. But the symbols were there.
That's still kind of icky. I don't like the concept that something can touch me from another place. Because we can barely see it so much right now. But you want to try stepping on?
That seems a bit dangerous for our first expedition, but...
Hey, it goes up a little bit. We can look around from the top, not go in the building, and just kind of get a lay of the land for when we come back.
Right. You seem really casual about all of this.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you either laugh or you cry. It's pretty funny.
I mean, I feel like I'm getting a bit more used to being in this place, but sure. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
You proceed to walk up the meandering set of stairs that aren't stairs, that just kind of float in the middle of nothing. As they're making the first few steps up is when you catch up. You actually literally get down to the bottom of the amphitheater, see them going right off the stage of the amphitheater, start walking up these steps that lead to what appears to be a small stone building floating 40 feet in the air.
What are you doing?
Checking out this floating building.
We're getting a lay of the school, the mystic lands up here.
Does seem intelligent to you?
I mean, yeah, it's not like this place is mapped out. Are there any open pages in this tome? I mean, blank pages in the tome?
Yes. Lots.
Perfect. Notes for notes for notes.
How do you know it's not mapped out? Have you actually looked at that book?
Ah, we skimmed it.
We just found it.
A thick read is like a whole baby. It's heavy.
Oh, that'll take me just maybe a night. I can read pretty fast.
And as you're chatting with them, they're still climbing up the steps.
Oh, if the
Come
book came through
down.
here, do we still have like our phones and things?
Reach into your pocket, you pull out your phone.
Hell yeah. Now I don't even have to stay up here the whole time, Tara. We can just take pictures of the whole area. And then we can write it in the book for later. That way we don't have to be up here longer than we need to.
You're already up there longer than you need to be. Get down here.
Can't hear you. I'm past 30 feet.
As you get up to near the top of the steps leading, like I said, lead up to a door that leads into a building. So it's a two-story, well, it's a one-story building that's about a story and a half tall. It's an old square, very kind of plain looking building. It does have some has a wooden door, has got a couple small little inset windows, stained glass windows on either side of it, and running on the left and right side of the building. Off in the distance, you can see the building, the campus and stuff. As you're looking through looking across the campus, you see several other buildings you recognize. You see a few buildings that you don't recognize, and there's some buildings that are missing.
Oh,
Some of the newer buildings don't. Some of the newer constructions from some of the dorm rooms and stuff don't seem to be here. And the distance and stuff seems to be, and scale seems to be slightly distorted. And now that from where you're standing, you can see nearby off-campus areas that you normally can't see. You would not expect to be able to see from your altitude. It's almost like it's being exaggerated, like the height is almost being exaggerated so you can see farther than you normally could. And part of what you see is some of the suburbs not far from you. You also see what appears to be a rather large mansion to the east of you. And in that, next to the mansion, you see what appears to be a small patch that kind of has this faint kind of purplish glow to it, and some woods leading behind that mansion and behind the campus.
well, that's definitely a point of interest. I'm gonna put my phone up and just start taking pictures of the whole area. Yeah, Nick would be having a field day. He could turn this whole thing into a scrapbook. We don't even have to write anything down.
Oh, just keep taking pictures. If they work, I want his opinion on them. And Tara is kind of I think she's just kind of in the moment a bit. Just seeing this place where physics and perception is just acting so strangely, but she might feel oddly comforted, like having this higher up view and then just getting a better sense of the lay of the land and how, I don't know, how it feels like she's looking over the school but in a dream.
Yeah, and it does have something about dream quality to it. The whole thing was, like I said, fuzzy at the edges, slightly muted sounds. And you're able to put together as you're looking around that some of the buildings that you don't see are because they are newer. They don't seem to have, they haven't left as much of an impression on people, and therefore doesn't seem to have left as much of an impression on this basically near dreamland space. Some of the buildings, and then like I said, you see a few other buildings that do appear that aren't there anymore. That seems like older buildings that were maybe torn down or repurposed. Like you see, from where you're standing, you see the silhouette of what appears to be the old theater building that doesn't exist anymore. because it burned down in the 70s.
Yeah. That building.
That building. Have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Get down here.
So
if you-
meanwhile, on the ground, because I'm assuming based on
Yep.
based on your comments, I'm assuming you didn't go climbing up the
Absolutely not.
the stairway to heaven. Would you go ahead and make me a perception check, please?
Sure. That
Just get-
seems fine. 12. I see stairs.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
Yep, seems fine.
Everything's fine. So, meanwhile, at the top of the steps, like I said, you're getting this really great view of the campus and the land, lay of the land. Why don't you two go ahead and make me perception checks? What you've got.
Oh my
total
god.
of 13.
I got 19 with 6 stunt points.
Okay, cool. So you get a really good look at it. So meanwhile, off in the distance, as you're scanning around, looking around, checking everything out, off in the distance, you see what appears to be two large creatures flying through the edge of the campus area. They have large bat-like wings and long, thin, spindly arms and legs, and a weird shape like elongated face area with large shapes, not horns exactly, but shapes kind of coming off the top of their heads. They definitely look unnatural and unsettling, but they don't induce the panic you expect them to have. Out of character, they're not triggering. No, they're not triggering your alienation tests because you're in Dreamlands.
Oh.
Speaking of which, one thing I did not, I neglected to mention to you, because I didn't move you to, because I forgot to move you to the other cool Roll20 page I had, which I'm going to do right this second. Is I have slightly different tokens for you in the Dreamlands, because you have slightly different character sheets in the Dreamlands.
Alright.
I'm going to now share with you. Because in the Dreamlands, some of your stats and abilities are different than they would be in the waking world.
Oh, we're under Dream Self. That's cool.
Yeah. So you have a dream self, and dream self, as an example, I'm actually gonna I put a cheat sheet in Roll20 as well, which I'm gonna share with you. As an example, initiative works slightly different. Initiative doesn't use dexterity in Dreamlands, it uses perception. And your attacks don't use fighting or accuracy, but they use communications instead. Not that that's going to come up or anything, but I just,
Oh god.
Guess
I
we're gonna get
don't
the heck out of
actually
here.
have
yeah.
I have
Oh.
access to Tobias's dream self, but not mine.
Yeah, I'm still setting up.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of a surprise, so I didn't do it ahead of time. So, because I didn't want you logging in before game. Like, oh, what's this? Which, I guess I could have, but I just thought it would be cooler to do it as a reveal on stream. So,
This is a little worrying. Our heavy hitter is less of a heavy hitter in the Dreamlands.
yes, but everyone that's not a heavy hitter is more of a heavy hitter in the Dreamlands. So,
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna point to the things in the distance, tell Tara it looks like they're circling the grounds, and I do not want to be caught at a curfew. I want to start heading back down the steps.
You don't want to go look inside?
Oh, do I? I mean, if it's unlocked.
I mean,
We should warn D.
have you tried?
I
you
have
tried
not tried. Hey Tara, do you want to try the door?
We should warn D about the creatures first.
D's fine. Look, he's all the
They
way
don't-
down
they-
there safe.
Yeah, they don't seem to be heading towards your direction. But they seem to be, like I said, just skirting around the edge of campus.
We should say something either way.
Yeah.
And I don't want to yell because I don't know how good those things hearing is.
I did.
I'm going to
I
try to
did
set
have
a.
the impulse I wanted to test. Is there a little bit of rubble around us since these are stone steps?
No.
No. Oh God. Yeah, I don't really have anything else I can throw. It's either I go down, get D, or I yell at D to come up.
Let's not do the yelling one. Let's just go back down quietly and then we can figure it out from there.
Cool. But first, I'm gonna tap on the door, see if it's a push.
There's a push. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
This door.
I wouldn't doubt it. You're a real reporter after all.
But we have to be smart about this.
Why start now?
I mean, to our credit, look at how far it's gotten us.
Tara is going to look at this door with a deep curiosity, but then slowly try to make her way back down the stairs quietly.
I'm gonna push the door open a little bit more and then follow her back down the stairs.
So I'm going to go ahead and share with you what you're seeing, what you saw
Oh.
flying in the distance.
I hate that. It doesn't have a face. Ugh.
I thought I did a pretty good description. Describing it.
Tara, look at the thing I caught on my phone.
Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah. Could you imagine, like, it comes to grab you, and, like, you know how it doesn't have a face? It's just, like, buffed and shiny like a mirror, so you get to see yourself. That'd be terrifying.
I can't imagine that. Thanks. Thanks for mentioning it.
Hey, no matter what happens, we could always write a book about it and make money.
Yeah, you come back. Back downstairs.
D is standing at the bottom of the stairs, looking up with the bat over his shoulder, just giving you the most. I am both angry and disappointed parent face that he could muster.
Where'd you get that bat? I thought you played soccer.
We saw something flying around up there.
Good.
I thought it would be a good idea to come back down and let you know, just in case they were dangerous, which actually seems really likely.
Yeah, they're circling the perimeter of the campus, so it doesn't look like they're much of a threat to us as long as we don't step out of bounds. But we found something else. Isn't that right, Tara?
Well, there's whatever's behind the door up there.
Yeah, it actually, there is a placard with your last name on it up there.
You know that I don't believe a word you say, right?
I don't know. do you?
Ever. ever. Because you're a liar. You are a big fat liar.
There are no lies, just half truths and full beliefs.
Liar.
Tobias, I don't think that's helping.
Well, he's not gonna believe me anyway. He came this far, he cares a little bit.
If you told me that the sky was blue and the grass was green, I'd look outside because I don't believe you.
Hey Jonesy, what color's the grass in the sky here?
It's night, so it's everything kind of has that kind of muted kind of grays, blue tints to it.
Well, it's obviously not.
More importantly, those things are out there. So, yes, they are a cause for a bit of concern, but this whatever is floating above us, it seems like it could be something important too.
Yeah,
It's important we can come back when we have Nick with us.
Nick's fine. He's making sure we don't have a stroke or whatever.
I'm going to purposefully look away from Tobias.
The ritual
And-
notes did mention that it would be prudent to have someone conducting the ritual.
Mhm.
And we don't want our physical bodies to get attacked anyways.
Again, I'm on a bus.
Well,
Not
we're
right now.
I will hand the bat to Tara.
Oh, okay.
And then I will reach into my pocket and take out a single shotgun bullet or shell and hand it to Tobias without even
Okay.
looking at him.
Well, I'm gonna trust you. I think it is real gold. I'm not gonna bite into it.
Please bite into it. Where's Dominic?
Oh, book. We're still carrying the book with us while we're walking around. I don't know if he's tied to the room or to the book, but I hope.
Why
the
you
book.
keep saying this you keep using this we.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the only one doing anything is you.
No, I'm
And
pretty
you are
sure
not royal.
I'm pretty sure the prosecutor would use the term "we."
No.
Cool. So where do you guys want to meander off to now?
I want to know where Dominic is.
Last we saw him, he was standing in the workroom.
Oh, poor bastard's tied to the workroom.
See, even the ghost kid doesn't come out here.
He's not a ghost. He's probably playing hacky sack and smoking fake weed.
Well, maybe we can ask him about this building, or actually about these things that are flying around. I still want to check it out, but
I think it's prudent to, look into shit before you just go running into it.
I mean, it's all in the book here. Just needs
How
time.
do you know that?
That's what Dominic said. Everything they found so far is in the book.
well, let's find somewhere with some cover then, and maybe I can flip through it.
Yeah, like this cool tower. We'll start walking up
No.
the steps.
Absolutely. I'm going to reach up and just yank it back down. Absolutely not.
Dominic did seem a little out of it, so maybe we could look at the book and then ask him if we don't find anything.
Okay. Let's go.
I really
talk
do
to
want to check out
Dominic.
that tower, though, but let's maybe see if we can figure something else about it first.
Tara,
Yeah?
you can only hope to
What? You're too quiet for your mic.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. 1 second then.
Even your microphone didn't hear you.
How about now? You hear me?
Tara just shakes her head.
I'm just assuming that works. I don't know what's going on with AT&T and the Dream Logic.
If you want to explore something, why don't we go over there? And I will point to the old theater building.
Because it's still on the ground.
Well, it does have a roof, so we can check it out and then look at the book on while we're there.
Fair.
I will
So-
look at Tara and go, you know what building that is, right?
Is that the one that burned down?
It is.
Yeah, I remember.
So you know what we might find in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't read while we're in there.
I mean, we can read in there if we have a chance, but there's a chance there's an axe murderer in there.
Okay. Well, if there is, I have this bat now.
Let's go question an axe murderer.
So you begin to head your way across campus over, not that far actually, from the amphitheater over towards the theater building. And I think it's a great time for us to take a quick break.
Break time.
Thank you. Please hang out while we go take a quick break, get some snacks and stuff, and we'll be back to find out what kind of shenanigans the characters are going to get themselves into now.
are back.
Hey everybody, and thanks for hanging out while we took a quick break, got some refills of our drinks and stuff. So, our heroes, and I use that term so loosely,
Yeah.
our investigators, our
That
our
works.
freshmen, I guess maybe the most accurate way of putting it, have spent the tonight's session poking around the Dreamlands. They've managed to find a ritual will let them transverse the mortal plane and into the near dreaming of the Dreamlands of Kingsport, and specifically Armitage Preparatory Academy. Somehow, due to their ties and connections to D, they were able to pull their friend and ally in with them, even though they weren't present at the when the ritual was taking place. So somehow they acted as anchors and pulled D in as with them as well. So discovering in the dream version of the sanctum that they found, their makeshift sanctum slash workshop slash storeroom, they encountered Nicholas, our lovely ghost, and they start exploring the near campus and the near dreaming. So under D's guidance, they're heading towards a theater building, or what is the theater building in the Dreamlands version of Armitage. And as you approach this rather large two-story red brick stone structure, you see a small little half flight of steps, 4 steps leading up to a set of double doors, the big heavy duty fire doors that can be pulled open or pulled out, opened to you. So as you approach, what do you do? There's a in the Dreamlands, it's dark, it's night in the Dreamlands. There's a full moon out, so you can see plenty. Doesn't seem to be really any lights on outside the building. You don't see any lights from any of the windows that you can currently see.
Well, let's try the door and see if it'll open.
Oh, push Tobias toward the door.
I'll gamble. Yeah. Is it a pull?
Yep. So you grab it and pull.
Nice.
And pull open the door. Yeah, it's got one of those single handles on the outside. On the inside, it's got one of those big push bars, so you can just push the fire door. Inside seems to be a long hallway, tile floor, the mason brick hallway. There's a few lights on down the hallway, but it's like every 10th light is on, just enough to give just a hint that you can see the far side of the building, the hallway. Can't make any details of it, but you can see that like, we have a rough estimate of the length of the hallway and stuff like that, based on the very dim light that's supplied by those few old-fashioned bare lights that are stuck up.
Well, every 10th light's got to mean something. I'm gonna start walking down the hall.
Tobias enters in and starts heading down the hallway. Is D and Tara following?
Tara will follow with the bat raised.
Yeah.
I say, D, this was your idea. So I mean,
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
so. And as you let go of the door, you walk in and let go of the door. The door swings shut behind you, blank, with a loud ringing of metal as they slam shut.
Should have seen that coming.
No one said they're gonna. No one said I'm closing it quietly or gently.
No.
It's a burned down building. It doesn't have the quiet door stopper.
Nope.
Actually,
D
what is that
100% said. Oh, I should have seen that coming.
And the clank of metal echoes throughout the building. And again, the echoes are weird and off. Like A couple of the echoes seem to change pitch. Like a couple of the echoes seem to be higher or lower than the actual sound it made when it hit. Not by a lot, but just enough to be unsettling on the ear.
Huh. Well, they're gonna be expecting something, so I'm just gonna keep heading down the hallway until I find a open room or a quiet space that isn't out in the open.
So yeah, so as you're starting heading down, the front half of the building had lots of has doors leading off of it, hallways leading off of it, leading to smaller rooms, classrooms, restrooms, possibly a teacher's lounge, and the like. And as you start looking down, the main hallway itself seems to be fine, but as you're looking through the other down into like some of the open doors or open windows, those areas seem to be gutted by fire.
Oh, is the fire hot?
No, it looks like it's fire damage.
Oh,
Yeah, like there's no fire there anymore. It's the aftermath of a fire.
my misunderstanding. Oh, well, it feels like we're on the right track. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep walking towards
Yeah. And as
the
you
fire.
turn the hallway looks a lot more like it's just been gutted with fire damage and stuff. There's bits of debris hanging from the ceiling, charred marks on the wall, bits and crumbled debris across the floor. As you're heading towards what looks like a big set of doors leading into the back half of the building.
Does it look like the fire came from the doors and started spreading outwards?
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep following my nose. Is the door unlocked?
So you reach for the door and you grab it, you pull it open. It didn't seem hot to touch. It doesn't feel hot to the touch, but as you pull it open, the inside of the doors are charred black, and they still seem to have a little red glow to them, like embers. And it opened.
Which room is this?
And this opens to a room that's almost the same size as the building itself. It's the actual theater area of the theater building. So you're basically walking into the back half of the auditorium area. So there's rows and rows of gutted seating leading up to the stage. And on the stage, you see the curtains are closed. You don't see anything really back there because it's dark, but you can see that there are visible holes in what were probably heavy red velvet curtains at one point.
Yeah, these are too big for me to move. Can you give me a hand?
What's too big for you to move?
The curtains.
You're gonna head on down so there's probably
You're
about
going down to the stage?
Yeah.
3 dozen rows of seating before you get to the stage area.
Isn't there something you can pull on to move the curtains?
Should be. Is it like a long stick or like a rope that does the pulley?
Yes, they're usually a rope pulley system
It's still very heavy.
along the back side of the.
Do I find the stage pulley system?
So you make your way down down past the debris of the rows of seating and chairs, make it to the stage, and make it up the little flight of steps leading to the stage. The stage, most of the stage is behind the curtains, but there's a small outcrop of stage that sticks out past the curtains. And that's where you're on as you start fumbling for the pulley system. Unfortunately, there really is no flashlights or lights on in this area, so it's very dark. And as you start fumbling, you're fumbling in the dark, trying to find the pulley area. Tara, what are you doing?
Dee's actually purposefully holding D and himself back about We're not going up onto the stage.
Okay.
I'm just like putting my body in the way anytime she tries to move around me.
Then Tara will take the hint and just look around the room itself, see if there's anything she can notice or try to figure out about the origin of the fire, if it is coming from the stage or if it's just somewhere else in this room.
So go ahead and make me a perception check. And let me know which focuses you have for perception. I'm going to be a little vague about this because of you'll see.
Because you'll see.
I don't have any focuses for perception.
Okay.
I'll take that roll. 18 with 6 stunt points.
Doesn't need a focus.
Focuses don't need a. We already know seeking focuses. So with an 18, you see and smell multiple things simultaneously. So here's the layout. You hear what sounds like a door shutting, and you immediately kind of glance up and see that someone else walked in after you so they're standing up near the entrance to the theater. You see what appears to be a silhouette of a girl. Hard to tell because it's backlit. So, but it's obvious based on the silhouette. It's a girl, a long kind of scraggly, messed up hair, but can't really make out past that. What you also hear is the sound of metal being scraped against concrete, like someone's dragging something.
Mhm.
That is not coming from the area where the girl is. It's coming from behind the stage. And you hear and you smell what appears to be gasoline, and it's getting stronger.
She'll see this person, and as she's hearing these noises and catching definitely this smell, she's just going to call out, Tobias, get back here.
Guys, I think it's stuck.
So you're yanking on it, you got it. You're yanking on it. Guys, I think it's stuck. And all of a sudden because you're pulling on it, you're getting some resistance, and you hear like a little snap, like a metal snap sound, and it gives, and the whole thing gives, and at that point the curtains pull apart and pull open. So you're on the left-hand side of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
On the right, and the other two of you are on the left-hand side, right before the stage. So you're both on the same side. You're just off stage. Tobias is just up on the stage. There's a little set of steps going up and down, so it's easy to get in and out there. On the other side of the stage, you see what appears to be a large, bulky teenager wearing what appears to be a fire-damaged Letterman's jacket in gold and blue, which is the school colors. Heavily fire damage on half of his face, and he's dragging with one arm what appears to be a fire axe.
Oh.
And as you look at him, there seems to be something hovering around, near, and connected to him.
Can I do a perception to see what it might be?
By all means, yes.
Do you see what I see?
If this was happening in the real world, you'd be making all sorts of alienation tests right now. But because you're in the dreamlands, your psyche is more accustomed to it, which is why you're more accepting of weirdness, and therefore you're has more of elasticity, and you're not. It's not causing you to snap. So yay!
I think I've got I've got darkness in my eye. I got an 11.
Um, you would have the option of spending a couple of fortune points if you like.
I could get 4 stunt points by bumping the 3 up 1, right?
What did you? You would get 2
Oh,
stunt
no.
points.
That's right. I would get 2 stunt points.
So if you, well, it
Bump
depends on
the-
which one you bump. If you bump the 2 to a 4,
Mhm.
that would give you enough to succeed, but that would cost you 8 stuff. That would cost you 8 fortune.
Oh, I only got 4 for free when we started.
You should be back up to full.
Yeah, but 19 out of 19 is still 19. Um, Now I'll just bump the 3 to a 4, go up by 1.
Now would be 4 points.
Oh, that's right, because it's value per.
Yeah, it's the value of what you're going to, and if it's on a stunt die, it's double.
Ooh,
Hence the reason if you went to a 4 on the stunt die, it would be 8 points.
so that would only put me up to 12. I don't know if that's the target number though. I mean, I did get 4 for free. Yeah, I'll spend 4. I'll go down to 15.
Okay, cool. So with that, you swing your fortune and kind of focus real quick on, you kind of shake your head, kind of refocus, and try to get a better look at the whatever it is. And as your eyes kind of lock in and zoom in, and kind of narrow in on what you're seeing. And as the teen steps a little bit more into a little bit of the ambient light that's coming over from a couple of lights in the auditorium area of the seating area of the auditorium,
Mhm.
it appears to be a wispy, smoky kind of effect that looks like a rather stern-looking woman. You can kind of make out a face in it. It appears to be a very stern-looking woman.
Oh, I'll say Lisette with an upwards inflection and a question mark. Does it respond?
And with that, the teen halts his approach. Given the situation and circumstances, I'm going to ask everyone to actually roll initiative, just so we can a little bit more of a technical tracking of stuff. So, will you please go ahead and roll me initiative? Now, remember this because you're in the Dreamlands, it doesn't use the normal dexterity for initiative. It's going to be using your perception as your bonus for your initiative roll. So it's 3d6. So if you just want to do a perception check. Because I'm positive that none of you actually have the
should I be using my I'll just roll from the regular sheet because the other sheet hasn't been updated.
Yeah, well, so the other sheet has, so that your dream self sheets have been updated, but there's just no way for it. So as examples, yeah. So things that are modified as part of your dream selves are initiative is rolled differently. Your defense, toughness, and speed are slightly different, and how you roll attacks and damages is different. But the dream self character sheets I put in there have defense, toughness, and speed modified. There's just no way to do on the character sheet. and roll 20 how to do the initiative as
Yeah, no, I just meant that perception hasn't been updated on that sheet yet.
Oh, because you got an additional.
Yeah.
You bumped it up.
So
by
I
one.
just rolled it from the regular sheet.
Okay, cool. But yeah, if you want, see, you had a perception of 0, not a perception of 1. I tweaked that on your dream self sheet too.
Okay, cool.
So
So I guess D is first initiative because you have the stun points.
so I didn't quite hear you.
Oh, does D go first because they have the stun points?
Oh no, I'm manually adding them into the. I'm manually adding it into the turn track. Sorry.
We're just tied on initiative. That's why.
Oh, if you're tied on initiative, there's a couple ways to handle that. As far as it either be who got the highest points on the stunt die, or who has the highest stat.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm up. Wiki, do you want to go first?
No, sure, go ahead and get yourself killed. I don't care. That's definitely not why I brought you here.
You'll be fine.
The note will come true. Okay. So the teenager stopped. Can I do a communications test to try to figure out if the teen stop or if the wisps stop because they recognize the name? Like, I want to know if they're two separate entities or if it's just or if it's just one controlling the other. I have intrigue, so I can understand social situations.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow it. It's a little weird, as well, not in a hard way.
I got a 15.
And I'm going to say that you see enough horror movies to say that this teen is currently being mind controlled.
Gotcha. The wisp stopped when I said Lisette.
You suspect that the poor lad is Lisette's victim, a victim of Lisette.
So how would I do a distraction stunt? Would I have to say I'm doing an action first? I forget. Let me go to the combat thing again.
What are you trying to?
I'm trying to buy time for the rest of the group to catch up to the stage because they are not close to me.
Wait, they're close to you. They're at the. They're just. They're at the. They're. So you're probably about 20 feet from them.
Okay.
So they're pretty close. They're just off stage.
You're like 6 feet up and 6 feet over.
Oh, I see. I do an attack roll and then I get stun points based off doubles and then I can spend the doubles. Okay.
The stun attack item option. No.
Yeah, because I have the so confusion thing, but I don't have a weapon.
Well, I gave you a bullet.
I- You're right, you did give me a bullet.
Well, I gave you a shotgun shell.
Oh, what to do? I'm gonna ask why are they still why are they still on the stage as a deception? See if they can give me an answer. I'm just gonna speak with enough authority that maybe they'll believe I'm in charge.
We discovered that Tobias was a drama kid.
That tracks.
The theater calls, and I answered. Let's see if there's a reception. That's a 14.
We did that as opposed. So, oh. D, what would you like to do?
I would like to get a better look at the scraggly figure that came in behind us. I'm assuming that's just perception.
Yes.
16 with 6 stunt points.
Oh, holy hell. Yeah. I will say that with 16 with 6 stunt points, that this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a description of the character, and I'm actually want to let you ask 2 follow-up questions that I will answer.
Okay.
For you. So this team looks like a young, probably looks like the body of a person who died. They look like they've been drowned. They're sopping wet. Looks like a young girl, probably your age, or pretty close to your age. And based on the style of the store uniform that they're wearing, it very much is reminiscent of the 1950s. And you see clear signs of large rope burns on the wrists and the neck. She's got long dark hair, like I said, straggling. And as you get a good look at her, I'm going to say that she just stepped just enough into like one of the lights, so you get a really good look at her. You can see what appears to be small twigs and debris and stuff kind of tangled in that hair. And like I said, she seems to be wet and is dripping onto the floor. And she seems slightly translucent. So I will give you 2 follow-up questions about her or anyone else or anything else about the surroundings, the building, the area, or even something that you may, that might be tangentially related to what you've seen in the room.
I am consulting my
And I'll give you this
notes.
free. I will give you this free. She looks like the same height as the girl that you saw in the classroom.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that one for free.
Does she look familiar at all? Like, does she look like she was anyone in any of the pictures we were looking at? Does she look familiar at all?
You've been doing a lot of research and a lot of digging through a lot of different resources and newspapers and microfiche and all that stuff. she doesn't look like any of the ones that you were actively pursuing, but you do remember seeing an article about a class student who drowned in the 1950s. And her name was Elizabeth. Elizabeth Morgan.
Does she look menacing or threatening, or does she look
Um,
does she look like she's looking for help?
no, she looks pissed. She looks like she's fuming and angry, and she is all of that. She is that classic, like, hell hath no vengeance. And
She's
you do not seem to be. She seems to be focused on the team.
okay, so she's focused on Marcus.
I'll say this. You got 6 points. First glance, you thought she was focused on Marcus. Upon looking at her, she seems to be focused on the hazy image that's tethered to Marcus.
Okay.
What your friend referred to as Lisette.
Okay. Well, come on. I'm talking to the ghost lady. Come on.
And is there anything else that you'd like to do? Because that was a minor action, so you can't like still do another thing.
I will prepare to go up onto the stage, but I won't want to do that without Tara. So
Cool. Tara, what would you like to do?
Yeah, Tara's plan was to get on the stage and grab Tobias and get out of here. So.
So yeah, you can totally get upstage, no problem. That's easy enough to do. You can even grab Tobias unless Tobias is going to stop you from grabbing him. But I'm not going to say there's no check needed for that. Are you just going to literally run up and grab him and like kind of drag him try to drag him behind you off the stage, or?
That's kind of what I was thinking. Depends on if Tobias is down for that to happen.
Oh. Tobias is kind of in a little bit of a shock. When you grab his hand, he's gonna say that she's hurting more people. We have to do something. Come on, you've got a bat. We've got dude. We could do something.
We need to know how to do something. Whatever this is, it's been around longer than we've been alive. I don't think a bat's gonna solve it.
Oh, can I pull out my little knife that I brought with me as we walk out onto the stage?
Sure.
Okay.
So you grab you unsheath the knife. Yeah, okay. So top of the round. The team got initiative. Marcus got initiative.
Yep.
So Marcus can easily clear the rest of the stage and get to you with his move action.
Yep. Seems fine.
Tobias is the one that's currently got his attention / her attention. And so yeah, so with that, the team pulls back the axe, swings the axe at you. What is your defense, Tobias?
The answer is probably not enough. I need to look at my dream self for this. Dream. My defense. Oh, just my defense stat, 12.
Oh, okay, so I did successfully hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So how much damage should I take there?
Owie.
What?
I said owie.
So you're going to be taking 10 points of damage.
Okay. You know what, I think you're right.
With
I
that,
think I'm right.
it swings the axe, embeds the axe in your shoulder, bites deep into your shoulder, and as it yanks it back, you see blood kind of spray, bits of blood kind of spray out from your shoulder. Not nearly as much as it should, because it's kind of a weird dream thing, but just enough to be the cinematic kind of like blood flying off the axe as the axe is pulled back for another swing.
Oh god.
With that, because the teen is not truly human, it's got a ability called Relentless. So it's gonna get another swing.
Okay.
This one's actually going to be swinging at Terra. And
Terra riposte. Yes. With anything.
So that's certainly a hit.
Yeah, my defense is 12.
On the money.
Cool. You take 7 points of damage from the second axe attack. So, that is what the teen has done. What would you like to do? Bias? Since you're the first with initiative.
I would like to not be here anymore.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is there an equivalent to, I don't want to say 5-foot step, but just retreating without taking an attack?
Yeah, we don't do any of that kind of stuff in this game.
Okay, cool. Because I believe it's like one action and then a swift action.
So you can do a minor action and a major action. So, which is major action would be anything like using an item and making an attack, things like that, or a minor action would be a move.
And what's a swift? Let's see. Oh, it just turns into a minor action. Okay. I'll use my major action to run away. Try to pull Terra along with me.
Okay.
And then I'll use minor action to do first aid on myself and kind of stuff the wound with my jacket or put pressure on it and tie it up.
Cool. I'm going to ask you to make me an athletics check, a dexterity check, just because there's lots, like I said, there's lots of debris and stuff on the ground and stuff.
Cool. 14.
Okay, yeah, you're totally able to do it. And just so you know, the way I was going to roll that is if you had failed it, it was not going to stop you. It's just going to slow you a little bit. You weren't going to be able to go quite as far. But yeah,
No.
I wasn't going to be a dick and make you trip or anything like that.
But you could have.
I could have, but no. That's what other things are for. So yeah, you like squirt, press. And you go to make pull Terra on. You guys are heading down the steps and running up the amphitheater. What are you gonna do, D?
Oh, does the first aid not go off? Because it says mine is a minor action.
Yeah, you can probably do that.
Okay, how do I just roll my intelligence with the medicine? Does that
Yes.
heal me or okay? Let's see if I don't stop bleeding. Oh, that's the worst first aid. 11.
Yeah, so you're able to make sure that doesn't, you put some pressure on it. It's not going to cause any further trauma for you. It's not going to give you any kind of condition that would hamper you. But yes.
Okay.
So, D, what would you like to do? Oh, can't hear you. Are you on mute?
No, her mic died. Text it to us. It works in the dream world.
Hello?
There you go.
Okay. I don't know why it keeps doing that. And of course, I also lost my camera. That's fun.
You sound like Lost Explorer footage before they got eaten by a Yeti.
Yeah. Anyway, where is the ghost girl? God damn it. Where is the ghost girl in relation to us right now?
You're super muffly and hard to make out.
Breaker 19, come again.
Where's the what again?
Oh,
Oh, maybe.
hello?
Yep.
There you
Yep,
go.
there you go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Whoa.
Where is the ghost girl in relation to us right now?
She is at the top of the steps near the one of the doors leading in and out of the amphitheater. There's a couple different sets of doors. There's 4 sets of doors at the top of the amphitheater seating area, but leading to the main hallway. All 4 doors lead to the same hallway, but there are 4 sets. She's over at one set on the far right hand side of the far right side set of doors.
Okay. So the like wispiness around Marcus's head, does it look like little tendrils or is it just like a cloud
It's
around his head?
It's faint misty type web tendrils coming off of his shoulders and torso. That's kind of coalescing into a almost like a bust, like a shoulders and head shape that is
Okay.
Lisette. Yeah. So it's almost like she's riding him or tethered to him.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to disable her donkey, and I am going to. I was in my soccer uniform on the bus, so I'm assuming that's what I'm wearing now. So I'm going to cleat him in the knee.
Okay.
That's my plan. I'm going to hard tackle him, cleats out.
Cool. Go ahead and make me a attack roll.
Uh,
And remember as a thing in the Dreamland, attacks are 3D. Basically, it's 3d6 to attack, and you're going to add your communication stat as a bonus instead of what you normally would.
okay, so just roll communication.
Yes.
Okay, let's see how that goes. That's an 11.
Cool. Yeah.
So
Unfortunately,
that's fine.
that is
Yeah.
not enough to hit his defense.
Yep. I'm sure that's fine.
Now you can spend fortune if you want that to succeed to hit. You need to raise one of your. If you raised because you rolled a 4, a 2, and a 4, and one of those 4s is a stunt die. So if you raise the 2 to a 3, that would make it a 12, which is what his defense is.
All right, and that would be 3.
That would be 3 fortune, but then you would have hit and triggered 4 stunt points.
All right, let's do that. So max is actually 26 right now, I think. Hold on. Why do you have to be that way? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And come on, just give me the thing that I asked for. Thank you. All right, I definitely want to use kick prone for 2 of the stump points.
Okay.
And for the other 2, make it a mighty blow.
Okay. So mighty blow will add an extra die, right?
Yes.
Okay, so since I don't have stats for cleats,
Yep.
I'm gonna wing it a little bit. So feel free to argue about my stats for cleats in the comments. So I'm gonna say you're gonna do 1d6 as base damage. Since you're using mighty blow, it's gonna be 2d6.
Okay.
And since we're in the Dreamlands, you would be adding. So it's gonna be 2d6 plus. Plus 1 because you have perception of 1. So
yay. Hey, 10.
awesome.
It's pretty good.
So, yeah, you do 10 to this creature.
That
Awesome.
definitely would have gotten me a red card in a game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And out of the corner of your eye, as you do the kick and turn around, over on the corner of the stage, you see a red card.
Dream logic.
So cool. So with that, top of the round, the axe will be maniac. It's going to go swing an axe at UD.
Yep, that seems.
Oh, was Tara able to?
Oh wait, did they?
Did I skip Tara?
Yeah, I was at the end of the round.
I'm sorry. What would you like to do?
Whoa.
Just take a swing at this guy and then keep moving.
Yeah, you can totally take a swing at the guy.
Okay, so
He should also be on the ground.
or just keep running. No, I'll take.
Hit
a
him
back
on
swing.
the ground. I'm holding my shoulder, beat his ass.
I'm gonna do it for Tobias. Okay, communications to take a swing. That's a 10 total.
That is going to hit because he's been knocked prone, so he's got minuses to his defense. So way to go, D.
Then for damage,
I'm going to say. Did you get stump points?
No, I didn't generate some points.
I'm going to say this is going to be based off the damage for a club. If we don't have anything else, which is 1d6.
Okay, so 1d6 plus my intelligence, since we're dream fighting.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to say it's 1d6 because it's an aluminum baseball bat, not a wooden baseball bat. I'm going to say it's 1d6 plus 3 plus whatever you're to. plus whatever your number of bonuses would be.
Okay, so then in total 1d6 plus 5.
Yes. Yeah.
Give it to him. D6 plus 5. Roll it. Oh no. Well, that's a 6 total.
Whoa, you rolled a 6 on a d6.
I mean, if I had, that'd be preferable. But I rolled a 1 on that d6.
Cool. With that, the axe-wielding maniac stands up, kind of straightens himself up, swings at D, and going to do a whole lot of damage to D.
No.
So D, how much fortune do you have?
I have a total of 23.
So, so with that, the axe-wielding maniac slams the axe down into D's chest, cracking
Ugh.
D's chest in half. And D's body falls to the ground, blood everywhere.
Oh, that's not good.
And
Fuck,
you
fuck,
actually hear a gurgling sound from D, and then the gurgling sound stops. With that, the entire building bursts into flames, and giant infernos kind of engulfs the place. And as flaming debris falls on those people, like the fire immediately consumes the entire building, almost, well, unnaturally. And the last thing Bias you see is a giant beam from the ceiling falling down and striking you
Ugh.
as you die, and you wake up back in the room next to Tara, who also snaps awake, and on the bus, Wiki. On the bus, D snaps awake right after the, because you actually felt the gurgling sensation, and like you're trying to breathe in and like couldn't, like there was no air to breathe in, and then you wake up.
Oh, no.
And as you wake up, kind of snap awake on the bus hits a pothole, boom, boom. And it's relatively quiet-ish on the bus. You actually hear a couple of your teammates snoring off in the corner. You hear a few other sounds on the back of the bus that you know is not snoring.
Yeah. We're gonna ignore that.
And as you see the D, as you kind of look around and glance up, you can see the sign now entering Kingsport as you enter the city limits.
God damn it.
And the two of you snap awake in a kind of a jolt in the actual workshop sanctum. And Nicholas is standing right there and kind of looking at you kind of panicky. And I think that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Oh, thank God we got a second chance.
Depending on how you go to Dreamlands, if you die in the Dreamlands, you snap back to the real world. If you physically go to the Dreamlands and die, you die.
Oh, okay.
But you can die in the Dreamlands without dying in the real world. but there's some circumstances that make that muddy as far as hard fast roll. But yes. And for the record, Wiki, I had rolled 6 stunt points with my axe wielding maniac, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
no, you're fine.
I'm like, oh,
It makes
true.
sense that I pissed him off. I did 10 damage, knocked him prone, earned myself a red card. It was good times.
And as a thing, as a GM thing, in my head, your outfit you're wearing, your clothing was kind of fuzzy until you like, oh, I'm obviously wearing my.
Yeah.
If this had been like an animated movie or something, it would your costumes would have been like just baggy blue and stuff until you said, oh, I'm obviously wearing my
Yeah.
my outfit, and it also becomes in focus.
Yeah. I'm obviously wearing my kit. Why would I not be wearing my kit?
Cool. So with that, I'm going to do a couple quick announcements, and we'll do a wrap up. And thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you found it interesting. Obviously, for those watching either on demand after the fact, if you've got questions about the game or feedback or whatever, please leave it in the comments and stuff. Questions about rules or whatever, also leave it in the comments. And with that, other couple quick housekeeping notes. Again, thank you for tuning in. We're on the back half of our little mini series. We got 2 more episodes, and then we'll be wrapping up. So things will only get more crazy from here. And again, if you like what we do, check it out. There's currently Cthulu Awakens is 20% off for the month of October for the core rulebook, PDF, and Roll20 editions. So which I think is kind of cool. And the last night of the Expanse crowdfunder is tonight. So if you're watching this on demand, definitely, and you're interested, go look at even if it's after the fact, you go look at the late pledge options on BacklinKit. Usually late pledge options. So, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to the team real quick to see if there's any, let them say goodbye and plug anything they might want to plug and all that fun stuff. So with that, I'll turn it over to Calvin.
All right. Speaking of the Expanse, I just put the link on the YouTube chat. If YouTube allows links, and it should already be earlier in the Twitch chat, which does allow links.
I appreciate that, Calvin.
Yeah, I want people to go ahead and check that out. Also, as far as my own stuff goes, over on the Win with Dice channel, if you're on the YouTubes, please check that out because we've got gaming streams and tabletop RPG podcasts. And I think that's about it for me. I'm just gonna be playing some scary games in October. That's the only thing I got going on. So with that, I will pass it to Wiki.
I've got nothing to plug. Thanks for stopping by and watching the one of us who has a brain die, Brian.
Well, turns
How
out I
is-
didn't die. I cheated death like the genius I am. Remember, ladies and gents, everything is science if you write it down. We just did an experiment.
Awesome. So again, thanks to everyone for tuning in, and I do hope everyone has a safe and fun week. And by all means, play some games and have some fun. So with that, good night, folks.
Bye,
Awkward
everybody.
Calvin wave.
Jeez.